But you best believe, if he comes to this house, I will defend myself and I will defend my family. Hey friends, how you feeling today? Me? Feeling pretty good physically, mentally I'm in check, so everything's going pretty good. I mean, that's a few days in a row. That's pretty good for me, actually. So today's topic's pretty serious, man. We're gonna be talking about how I started receiving some threats from some customers. Now, if you own a business, then you know receiving threats happens. Now, it's not a lot. You don't receive a lot of them, but you do receive some of them. My business is very tiny. It's not even a business. It's just a biz. You know, that's how small this thing is, but it's mine. I don't work for anybody. I just work for myself. Now, when you're a small business starting out, no matter what you do, you take any call you can get. Anybody that calls that has a vehicle that needs a tire replaced, anything, doesn't matter where they are, you have to take that job. I mean, you're going to be hurting starting out. I mean, you're taking everything because you're not big enough where you can actually pick and choose, right? You're starting out, you've already spent all your money getting your licenses or getting your tools, getting your shop set up or getting your car set up. I mean, when you start a business, you're broke and you're going to be broke for a while. So you got to hustle. So the thing is, you're getting all these calls, you're taking every single one of them. So you're going out there, you're meeting the person. Like, I didn't even think about the person in this transaction. All I thought about was the vehicle, what was wrong with it, and I need to get it fixed. The person wasn't even there to me. But that's the mistake that I made, because when you're taking all these calls, not every single person is mentally stable. Not every single person is as nice as you. There's a lot of evil people out there. There's a lot of people that have nothing to lose. So when there's somebody that has nothing to lose, that's the most dangerous person that you can meet. And there's a few different kind of threats. You know, there's the empty threats. Now listen, first off, all threats are serious. But there's some people that you're gonna piss off. You're gonna be pissed off about the price, or they're gonna be mad because their vehicle broke down 3 weeks later. I mean, it might not have nothing to do with you. They're just taking it out on whoever they can. So if the vehicle breaks down a month after you fix it, might not even be the same part. They're going to be mad at you. They're going to be yelling, I want my money back. Some of them are just empty threats and you ignore them and they go away. But there's these other threats that come in, and no matter what you do, they keep coming. And in my example, it's about 3 years ago when we worked on this individual's car. He calls us and it's about midnight when we first go out to his call. When we get out there, it's in a bad neighborhood and his car is broke down in an alley. I go inside the car to plug in my code reader. There's a bunch of needles laying there. Just being honest, there's a bunch of dirty needles laying there. I'm in that part of Columbus, Ohio at midnight, and this car, obviously this person is a drug user. And in hindsight, you think you just like, oh my God, and leave, right? But I'm already there. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and make this money and get out of here. I just need to be careful. So I do the diagnosis, ends up being an alternator. We can't get the alternator that night. Now this guy is already geeking a little bit. You can tell when somebody's high on drugs. So he wasn't happy about that, you know, but nothing he could do. But you could tell he was just twitching a lot. Like, you know, if you ever seen somebody on drugs, you know what I mean. Somebody on speed, actually. So we set him up for the next day. I come back out, and now you can tell he's been up all night long. Now he's jonesing. He's fiending. You can tell he needs something. He's back and forth, and he's really agitated. So it's a scary situation to be in. But when you're starting out, like I said, man, I was going to take any job I could. I needed money. The money is worth the risk to you. Physically, I thought I would be okay. Like, if he came at me, you know, I'm 280 pounds, he's a $140. You know, that's if he ate his Wheaties that morning. So I'm not physically scared. But you never know when people are acting like this, because they're not acting like normal people. Well, we get his car fixed, he pays, and was fine with the payment, surprisingly. Like, I was thinking, man, you know, what's going to happen with the other half of the payment? He drives off, everything is good. Now remember, this is just an alternator. We got it fixed. This is 3 years ago. Well, about 2 weeks later, I got a message from him saying that his car broke down if I come out and look at it. And I was thinking, man, it's the same dude. Like, I don't know if I want to do this again. But once again, you need money, right? I got kids, I got child support bills. It's life. You got to work. I go back out there, he confronts me. And this dude's balls, I mean, they was dragging, that's how big they are. Because this dude only came up to hero me, he's 140 pounds, and he gets right in my face. And he's wanting his money back. He said that his vehicle's not starting again. I'm trying to be professional with him. I'm like, look, brother, calm down, just let me look at the vehicle. We'll get it started for you again. You know, I'm like, just relax, dude, let me just look at it. But he was not having that. He wanted his money. He was fiending. And I'm like, well, brother, you're not going to get a refund. That's not how it works. Well, he starts losing his mind. Now, he doesn't physically touch me, but he's hitting himself. He's tearing his shirt off like fucking, he's getting amped for it, you know? And I take myself out of the situation. I just back up slowly. I'm like, look, brother, I don't want no problems. Like, I'm just gonna get out of here. Well, he's so mad when I get in my car, takes his hand and hits my hood. So let's not get it twisted. I was scared. Like, I was nervous about this because that situation just was not good. But I got out of there and I was like, God, man, like, you know, you're kind of mad at yourself. You put yourself back in that situation. And you're just thinking, God, these people are crazy out here. Well, I started getting messages right away from him. And these messages, it was on my old phone. I wish I had them saved so I could show you. I will show you a message later that he just sent recently. We'll get to that. But I had so many messages from this guy threatening me, threatening my life, saying he's gonna come to the house, he's gonna kill me, like just do all kinds of stuff. I blocked the number and I just move on. I don't want to deal with him. And this guy, every so often, I would get this message. You still owe me money. I'm out here looking for you. Just all kinds of shit. Crazy, right? And I knew exactly who it was because there wasn't that many people that was threatening. I didn't have that many bad deals. You know what I mean? There's always going to be some that just doesn't work out. But there's not so many that you can't keep track of. So I knew who it was right away. And this guy was relentless. I mean, and this happened every 3 or 4 months. He would start messaging. And at first, they wasn't too bad. They was just saying, I want my money. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But every time he got a new phone number, every time he reached out again, they got worse and worse. And I probably should have called the police, but I just didn't even want to deal with that. And to be honest, we've had some incidences with our family. Things happened that was big and major, and the cops was called, and they did nothing. Now, like I said, I'm in Columbus, Ohio. There's 1 million people in this city. There's murders every day. You know, there's a lot more important stuff to them than what I'm dealing with. So we didn't call the cops at all. And that's probably where I messed up. I know that's where I messed up. If you start getting threats like this, don't ignore them. Make sure you keep all the proof, and you need to contact the police. Because if you wait too long, you never know what somebody's going to do. If I could go back in the beginning, I would do anything I could to pick better customers. I know it's very hard. If you're just starting a business, you're broke and you're taking every job you can. So you have to be very careful who you pick and choose. So listen, I have 1,000 great customers that I still have relationships with, that I'll talk to. They'll send me pictures of their kid graduating. I mean, there's still friendships that I've built. And if you're dealing with this many people, it's just a matter of time till you come across somebody that's not right or that's evil. And let's be real about it. People with brand new cars are not bringing it to their mobile mechanic. They're taking it to the dealership. I'll have customers that are great, nice, come, but a lot of times, and I would say the majority of the people that I'm working with now are shady characters, man. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. They're in the bad part of the city, doing drugs or doing whatever. They're calling me to work on their 2002 Honda Accord. It's just how it is. It's where I am, the part of the city I'm in, and that's just who my customers are at this point. I'm doing everything I can to elevate myself above them customers. This guy still bothers me to this day. He sent me a message today, and that's what prompted this video. But he is dangerous. I don't want to talk to my family about it because then they get worried about these situations. You know, but if I could start over, I would not take them jobs. I would go without the money. And I'm not saying stereotype people or judge people by the way they look. All I'm saying is go with your gut. You need to keep this strictly business. And if something goes wrong later on and they contact you, be professional. You try to fix what's going on. But if they start threatening you, I mean, you need to block them, cut communication off. Whatever proof you have, you need to call the police. At least get it out there that this person is threatening you. Some of these people are crazy. Say I'm not worried a little bit, it's a lie. I am worried a little bit. Just uncomfortable now with this guy because he has nothing to lose. I have a family, I have everything going for me. He looks at that life and he's jealous. And obviously something's wrong with him to hold a grudge for 3 years over nothing. I fixed your car, gave you a good deal. And because I wouldn't give you a refund on a vehicle that you wouldn't let me look at to see if it broke down again, that don't even make sense, you know? You need to document everything and report it. You don't want it to get to this point where I'm at. Now I'm concerned. Now I'm looking out the window a little bit more. And I never even wanted to talk about this before. I mean, it's been happening for a while, but I didn't even want to make the video to give it any credence. You know, I just want it to go away. But you best believe, if he comes to this house, I will defend myself and I will defend my family. So I just wanted to make this video just to warn you. I'm sure you've already dealt with it if you own your own business, or even if you don't own your own business, just dealing with people, dealing with customers. You know, there's some people out there that have nothing to lose. And if you say the wrong thing to them, they'll snap. We still don't have enough money for the mobile mechanic work van yet, so if you want to donate, I have my Cash App and PayPal here on the screen. Down in the video description also has my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all that stuff. You can also join our membership. You'll have access to other videos, more personal stuff. But either way, thank you guys. I love you. Thank you for all the support. And like always, Semper Fi. Till next time.